This video will show a step-by-step process on how to winterize your wakeboat. Up, get all your ballast bags out, remove the engine panels, get as much room as you can to access the entire engine, as well as get access to the V-drive. Pro tip, if you have a leaky shock that doesn't hold itself up, you can use vice grips, or I'm using hose clamp pliers. Just lightly squeeze right there, it'll hold it up for you. To remove the ballast bags, you're going to lift up on this red tab, you're going to squeeze here, pull it out. Normally, I'd be doing an oil change today, but since this boat only has 10 hours on it since the last oil change, we will be not doing an oil change. If I was to be changing oil, I'd hook water up to the bottom of the boat, turn it on, run it, get it up to operating temperature, shut it off. Then I would hook my oil sucker up to this hose here. It's connected to the bottom of the engine pan. I'd suck the oil out. After I got done sucking the oil out, I'd pull out the oil filter, put a new oil filter in, put the cap back on the oil sucker tube, hook it back up. Then I would fill it back up with engine oil, make sure my levels are good, and then I'd hook the water back up to it, fire it back up, let it run for a while, shut it off, check my oil level, make sure everything is good, and then I would start the winterization process. Some key points when winterizing a boat is that they are all different, but they're all fairly similar. There will always be a plug on each side of the block, and you always need to remove the exhaust plug. The impeller water pump needs to be drained, as well as the engine pump that needs to be drained as well. One other spot people forget is some of these have heaters in them that have lines that run up into the heater core and then back. Make sure if you guys have that, do not forget to winterize that as well. And the fourth thing to remember is showers. Some of these have showers in them, so do not forget to either blow out the shower or drain the shower system. The last and final thing to remember is on V-drives. Your V-drive is actually cooled itself. There is water lines going through the V-drive, so do not forget to winterize that as well. But just remember those main points: engine block, exhaust, water pump, V-drive, heater if you have one, and also the shower system. Right now I'm going to remove the engine block plug here, which is also the NOx sensor. So once you get under here, we're going to want to remove the NOx sensor. Just squeeze that tab and pull it back. And then we're going to get a wrench in here and we're going to remove this big nut. I like to use a crescent wrench because they're shorter and you can get a bigger bite on it because these are pretty good sized. Okay, once we get this off, we're just going to leave this off until the very, very end. Never put it back in because things above can drain down and actually refill this area. Once you get both engine block plugs undone, next we're going to see the high points here. So this is looking at the front of the engine. This is a high point. Follow it. There's a low point, so we're going to take that off of the engine water pump. Here's the impeller pump. Right here, coming off of the oil cooler. I want to remove this hose to drain this low point and this upper point, so then it'll drain out and get this spot area here emptied of water as well. Two lines coming off this top spot here, one going to that side, one going to this side. If you follow the line, it comes down here into the exhaust manifold. Fortunately, on this one, if you keep following the line, if you go to the other side, there's actually a hose on the other side that you can disconnect and it'll drain this whole exhaust manifold, this line, and that line. Some of these, there's a plug either here or here that you have to unscrew to drain this. Fortunately, with this one, they make it easy. You go on the other side and you unscrew the water hose on the other side and it will drain this side and the other side. Just depends on what boat you have. They're all kind of different. Just make sure you check, make sure there's no drain plugs, follow the lines all the way down, and just drain everything. If you see a high point, find where the lowest point is and unhook it. Pull the hose clamp down, grab a pick, work it around the hose clamp or the hose. See, there's not much in here, but this actually has water in it. Remember, after you drain something, leave it unplugged. Okay, now that we're on the other side, we're going to take out the other engine block sensor and plug. Now we have to drain this exhaust manifold and the other side. Remember how I said that one hose ran to this side? The exhaust manifold drains into here, down this line, and into this water hose connection. So we're going to remove this connection to drain both sides of the manifolds. So we are just going to unscrew this and let that drain out. This hose on the water pump is a very important hose because it holds a lot of water. So we're going to remove this hose from the bottom of the water pump and it'll drain the whole water pump out. Take the hose clamp off loose, take a pick, slide the pick in. You will not get this undone by just pulling on it. You have to use a pick. And you want to work the pick all the way around it to break the hose loose from the housing. So we'll just pull it right off. Now, another thing not to forget, if you do have a heater, like this boat has a heater, we need to blow out that heater core and the lines. Unhook one of these lines, or both, and you can blow compressed air through it to blow out all the water all the way back in here. The reason that you also leave your plugs out is so if you do leave a line in, when you blow that water through, it can drain out through the engine block, through the exhaust manifold, etc. I'm going to take my air gun, and we're going to blow through it. Okay, now I don't hear any water, so we're going to leave that go. Don't forget to drain the V-drive. We're going to remove a plug here and a plug here. Be careful, some of these plugs might be oil plugs, so just make sure you can look up the specs or find something online for your specific one. And then I'm also going to remove this line and drain it because that goes all the way to the impeller, and that's going to drain this bottom line on the impeller pump. So once you get your V-drive drained, the engine drained, your shower, and your heater core, we are actually going to turn on, fill the ballast, get all the water out, empty all the ballast. Just want to make sure those pumps run dry. That way your pumps don't freeze up as well. You got all the plugs out and all the hoses. You can actually leave it just like this. I would recommend this for weather that doesn't get too cold. You should be safe. But if you're in an area where it gets like we are, where it gets down to 30, 40 below zero, what I like to do is put all the plugs back in it, hook antifreeze up to the bottom of the boat, start the boat up, and run antifreeze through the entire engine, through everything. That way, if you did miss a spot, it will prevent it from freezing. And then also, one nice thing about doing it that way is in the spring time, you don't have to put all your hose clamps back on and put everything back together and try to remember what you took apart. Everything will already be back together, and all you do is you go to the lake, fire it up, check for leaks, again, make sure you're good, and then you're good to go. To run antifreeze through the engine, you're gonna need a plunger, and then also an antifreeze jug and a hose. So underneath the boat, you're gonna look for one of these ports like this. There's actually two on this one. This one is the suction for the intake, and these are suctions for the ballast bags. Make sure you figure out which one is your suction for the engine. This one is our suction. Okay, when you get it hooked up, it should look something like that. Okay, I like to put the jug up top. This one actually has a valve on it. So we're gonna fire it up, turn the valve, let it suck through. Then we're gonna watch for leaks and wait for pink to come out of the exhaust. Once you see pink coming out of the exhaust stream, you can just shut it off, unhook the tank, and you're good to go. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.